What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. So before we get into today's video, all we need is one more person to subscribe to the channel and we will officially hit 200 subs. I know we can do it. 200 subs before the summer comes to a close. Actually, you know what? 200 subs before the week comes to an end, which will be, I think, tomorrow at the time that I'm doing this. So I know we can do it. All we need is one more person out there in the world. I don't care who the hell that person is. I want that one person, if they are enjoying the content, to subscribe to the channel with notifications on, and we will officially hit 200 subs. And when that happens, I'm gonna open up this Korean this Korean Strike of Neo's booster box on the hopes to pull this guy, Elemental Hero Air Neos, the so-called Forbidden Yu-Gi-Oh card. Now, if this channel gets to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners at Collector Store. Check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. Now, if the channel gets to 1,000 subs, I'll open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety that I also got from my partners at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull my second ever collector's rare. It's my first collector's rare. If you guys missed out on my Genesis Impact box opening, I pulled this. A collector's rare B-Cop from the Underworld. Excuse me. Which this thing looks absolutely beautiful, and I'm planning on getting I'm planning to get it graded at some point. So if you guys want to see those boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue. Maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or perhaps you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Sorry guys, I had to move my chair. Anyway, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below, answering the question of the day. Should Bray Wyatt, or actually, you know what? Let me rephrase that. Does Bray Wyatt deserve to be in the WWE Hall of Fame? Let me know down in the comments below. I have an idea of what you guys are gonna comment, but I'm very curious. If yes, why? If no, what makes you believe that? Let me know down in the comments below. Because for today's video, as promised from yesterday's video, I'm going to be doing a top 10 best Bray Wyatt matches of all time to honor the legacy that is Bray Wyatt. Yesterday, sadly, he literally just 24 hours ago, he suddenly passed away at 36 from a heart attack caused by COVID. There are no words that can describe excuse me. There are no words that can describe how a lot of us feel about it. And I say that because the first time I saw Bray Wyatt, it was actually back in 2010, right around that time, when he was known as Husky Harris, and he was once a part of the Nexus. Okay, my chair needs to be fixed. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I keep moving. I'm trying to adjust here so you guys can see my whole head, my whole face. There we go. Anyway, at that time, Bray, at that time, you know, at that time, he had been in the ring with probably some of the best talent in the whole world, from guys like from guys like CM Punk to guys like Randy Orton, John Cena, the legends of the business, and that was when I knew he was gonna be something. And we fast forward to 2013, Kane versus Bray Wyatt in that Ring of Fire match. We knew that Bray Wyatt had arrived. So, so the only thing that I can say is that Bray Wyatt will be missed, and he will go down in history as a man with one of, if not the most creative minds that the professional wrestling industry has ever seen. There's no doubt about that. But I am not gonna waste any time. Let's kick off the top 10 list with three honorable mentions. And the first honorable mention, is Bray Wyatt versus John Cena in a steel cage at Extreme Rules on May 4th, 2014. The way I see it, the way the match actually ended, and I remember watching it at home. The way the match ended, it sounded as if it was almost as if John Cena was trying to bury Bray Wyatt as a talent. But that wasn't the case. That was not the case, because Bray Wyatt resorted to using a child to defeat John Cena. And while it is true that I do believe that this match should have been on the top 10 list, I truly believe that this match could have gone either way. You know, with Harper and Rowan getting involved, with that little kid singing, he's got the whole world in his hands. That match could have gone either way, but based on ratings, I think the match was given like a 2.5 star match, or like a 3-star match, or something. So it was pretty low. It was a pretty low match, but it was still good nonetheless. So that's why I have this in the honorable mentions. Another honorable mention is Bray Wyatt versus Chris Jericho at Battleground, July 20th, 2014. This is another match that it's basically similar to the previous match that I just talked about. Against Cena. Jericho is one of those guys who will try and push, or rather try and get his opponents over with the fans, and this one he actually did. He actually got Bray Wyatt over with the fans, and this is what made this match is one of the matches that got Bray Wyatt to be the man that we saw at that time. And I think Jericho did an amazing job getting Bray Wyatt over and transforming Bray from one of the worst heels in WWE to arguably one of the top baby faces in WWE today. And there's no words to describe it. But the last honorable mention is the Wyatt family. Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, and Braun Strowman against Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Chris Jericho at Night of Champions, September 20th, 2015. Funny enough, I think, if I remember correctly, if I remember right, because this was actually one of the first, this was actually one of the very, very first videos that I ever did on the channel. And if I remember correctly, the Wyatt family actually won that match, if I remember correctly. But this was basically a battle of of 6 of the top best talent in WWE fight, going up against one another. There's really not much else to say about it, honestly, except the fact that this was one of Braun Strowman's first matches, and the Wyatt family won because of Braun Strowman. Funny enough, not much else to say about it. I think those 3 matches, again, they definitely deserve to be on this top 10 list. But looking back on Bray Wyatt's career, he's had quite a few matches that did not work out that well, and even though Bray Wyatt won all 3 of these matches, these 3 matches didn't work out so well that much in terms of creative. It didn't work out so well, in my personal opinion. That's just how I see it. That's just how I see it. But now we move into the top 10 list, kicking off at number 10. With one of my personal favorites, and this is one that resonates with me because I was there. Bray Wyatt versus Justin Gabriel at WWE main event, August 21st, 2013. And I remember that because I was there that night. And what I find interesting is that even though Bray Wyatt won the match, this was one of the few matches that Bray Wyatt had on the main roster that proved that Bray Wyatt showed up to WWE and that he was going to be doing big things in WWE for the foreseeable future. So definitely this match at number 10. But coming in at number 9 is Bray Wyatt versus Roman Reigns inside Hell in a Cell at Hell in a Cell, October 25th, 2015. Here's the thing. You look at a guy like Bray Wyatt, you look at him inside Hell in a Cell, and you say to yourself, what the fuck did I get myself into? Like, if you're facing Bray Wyatt and you're inside Hell in a Cell, you would literally have to ask yourself, what the fuck did I get myself into? And apparently Roman Reigns actually won this match. But what I find so unique, what I find interesting is that this was the match that Roman Reigns actually buried Bray Wyatt. Funny enough, he buried Bray Wyatt during this match, and this was one of the matches that made Roman Reigns one of the most despised baby faces in WWE. Even though, again, as I just said, he was a baby face. Very weird, isn't it, people? Very weird. Very, very weird. But... Ooh, excuse me. There we go. But, to be fair, this match was a hellacious match. This was probably one of the best Hell in a Cell matches we had ever. And one of the greatest Hell in a Cell matches that we had was Edge versus Finn Balor at WrestleMania 39. That was this past April. This past April. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. But coming in at number 8, and I literally talked about it, Kane versus Bray Wyatt, the Ring of Fire match at SummerSlam, August 18th, 2013. Funny enough, this was the match that told the whole world Bray Wyatt is in WWE. And think about this, he defeated a Hall of Famer. He defeated a Hall of Famer in Kane. Think about that. A Hall of Famer in hardly any time flat. That's how good, that's how dominant Bray Wyatt was. Even though Kane dominated most of the match, Bray Wyatt found a way to defeat the Big Red Machine. And honestly, I wasn't gonna complain. But funny enough, this was actually one of the matches that got me to become a huge Bray Wyatt fan. Because you think about Bray Wyatt, you think about what he's done. He has one of the most creative minds in WWE. Whether it was the Firefly Funhouse, whether it was the relationship with Alexa Bliss, whether it was the Firefly, not Firefly Funhouse. No, I already said that, Nash. Already said that. The Wyatt family, whether it was literally all the 4 different iterations of the Wyatt family, whether it was him, Harper, and Rowan, those 3 plus Braun Strowman, those 3 plus Daniel Bryan. Actually, those 3 plus Daniel Bryan, and then Braun Strowman came into the fold, and then Harper and Wyatt and Randy Orton. It didn't matter. The shit that he did was all on him. And this was one of the matches that funny enough, I think he actually wanted. He actually wanted to work with Kane and have Kane create the Ring of Fire match, which, ironically enough, was just a plain old Inferno match, but you had to win by pinfall or submission. But again, this match proved that Bray Wyatt belonged in WWE. But if you think that was an impressive match, wait until what comes up at number 7. Bray Wyatt versus AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin versus Dean Ambrose versus John Cena versus The Miz for the WWE Championship inside the Elimination Chamber at Elimination Chamber, February 12th, 2017. The match that Bray Wyatt became WWE Champion. And that was basically it was basically the culmination of everything that Bray Wyatt had done years prior. Whether from working with guys like Kane, working with Daniel Bryan, working with John Cena. He outlasted all these guys, and out of all of them, 4 of them were former WWE champions. Cena, Ambrose, Styles, and Miz. Every last one of them, with the exception of AJ Styles during that night, became former United States champions. Think about that. If that's not proof that Bray Wyatt deserved that victory, I don't know what is, because that was the match that he needed to win. He needed that victory because everyone knew that Randy Orton was plotting from within the Wyatt family, and Randy Orton took it. Randy Orton took that opportunity, went to WrestleMania in Orlando, and won won the WWE title. Even though he said he wouldn't do it, he did it anyway. But again, this match proved that Bray Wyatt deserved to be champion. Coming in at number 6 is probably one of the weirdest picks, but it makes sense. Bray Wyatt and Daniel Bryan versus the Usos in a steel cage match on Raw, January 13th, 2014. This was basically the plot of Daniel Bryan making his way into the main event scene, going towards WrestleMania. And what's interesting is that Daniel Bryan could not defeat Bray Wyatt. Daniel Bryan couldn't do it. He was like, you know what? I'll join. I will join the family. And he joined the family, all right. But it was only a ploy to get him alone in a steel cage, and we got that match. We got the match. Usos ended up winning the match, and that was where Daniel Bryan was able to attack Bray Wyatt, which led to both Bray and Daniel facing off at the Royal Rumble later on that month. But what I find interesting too is that you look at a guy like Daniel Bryan, who worked so better, who was more of a singles competitor, but he was able to make it work with the Wyatt family. Think about that. That right there that's the creative mind of Bray Wyatt. You know, he was able to take someone like Daniel Bryan, who is a former WWE champion, and elevate him to becoming an even greater champion than he had already was. And think about this. Think about this. At that time, he was already a former United States champion, a former WWE champion, a former World Heavyweight champion, a Money in the Bank winner, and a former tag team champion. Five different accolades in such a short amount of time. Think about that. Think about that. But coming in at number 5, this is a match that makes perfect sense. Bray Wyatt versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania 31, March 29th, 2015. This was a match that Bray Wyatt wanted. Everybody wanted to see Bray Wyatt versus the Undertaker at a future WrestleMania, and Undertaker actually said, has said in so many interviews over the last couple of years that he wanted to work with Bray Wyatt. He wanted to work with Bray to see if Bray Wyatt had it, if he had what it took to be a main event star in WWE, and this match actually proved it. In spite of the loss to The Undertaker, Bray Wyatt proved he belonged in WWE, and this will go down in history as one of my top 5 favorite matches of all time, hands down. But coming in at number 4, the final 4, again, this makes perfect sense. Since we're on the topic of The Undertaker, Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper versus the Brothers of Destruction, Kane and The Undertaker at Survivor Series, November 22nd, 2015. Ironically enough, we were celebrating, what was it, 25 years of The Undertaker at that time, and it was only right for the Undertaker to win that match, just like he won his first match at Survivor Series back in 1990. Think about that. Think about that, guys. This was another one of those matches that was just it was so good. So damn good. No two ways about it. Enough said. Nuff said. Speaking of nuff said, we move on to the final three, to the top three, and coming in at number 3, Bray Wyatt versus John Cena at WrestleMania 30, April 6th, 2014. Bray Wyatt wanted to destroy John Cena's legacy because everyone knows that when it comes to WrestleMania, John Cena thrives. You look at all the matches that John Cena had at WrestleMania against guys like the Big Show, guys like JBL, guys like Triple H, guys like Shawn Michaels, guys like Randy Orton, guys like Edge, guys like Batista, The Miz, The Rock. All those guys, John Cena think about that. All these guys are either current or future Hall of Famers. And out of every last one of them, he's only lost during this time anyway. During this time, he had only lost what? Let's see, WrestleMania 24, WrestleMania 27, and 28. He had only lost 3 times. Think about this. The win and loss record for John Cena now, currently. The Big Show, JBL, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Randy Orton, even though it was a triple threat match involving those 2 men plus Triple H, Edge and Big Show, Batista, Miz, Rock, Bray Wyatt, Rusev, Miz and Maurice, Undertaker, Bray Wyatt, Austin Theory. He is 10 and 6. 10 and 6 at WrestleMania. That right there is an impressive record. Could John Cena have gone 16 and 0? Absolutely, yeah, definitely. 16 and 0. I would not have complained if he went 16 and 0. Cement his own legacy by breaking Undertaker's record. Hey, that would have been awesome. But it is what it is. But this match basically proved this was one of the matches that Bray Wyatt needed to win. But it was a match that John Cena also needed to win to cement his own legacy, and John Cena won. But this was an instant classic. Absolutely incredible. Not much else to say about that. But these last 2 might just surprise you. Coming in at number 2, The Fiend, Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins for the Universal title in a Falls Count Anywhere match at Crown Jewel, Halloween 2019, October 31st, 2019. Do I even need to say do I even need to say anything? I don't think I do. I don't have to say a word. Except, holy shit. But coming in at number 1, and this is one of my all-time favorites. All the members of the Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, versus The Shield at Elimination Chamber, February 23rd, 2014. Enough said. Instant classic. 3 factions wanting to be the best. Bray Wyatt, literally the Wyatt family, came out on top. Plain and simple. But if you guys feel like that there were some matches that I missed, or feel like that should have been on this list, let me know down in the comments below, and that'll do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, and of course the info to my fan mail will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out. Bray, we love you, and we're gonna miss you, brother.